What's up everybody, Finn here from Double Tap Gamers, and we are going to start our return to YouTube with playing a fantastic game called Planet Coaster. Now Planet Coaster is basically a theme park simulation game which I've been dying to get into, dying to get my hands on, and here it is. So I've actually already created my character. If we click on here, dumpsh, there we go. Spit spam, it's you. Got no uploads, we got absolutely nothing right now. Now, I did record this episode previously, so I am familiar with the controls slightly, but I actually pressed benchmark and didn't realize that until after 30 minutes. So we're redoing the whole entire episode, which is great for you because it didn't really turn out too well. So we've got a new kind of theme and structure in our head. So let's click play anyhow. So we have create the Sandbox challenge, my parks and tutorial videos. So we're going to actually kick it off with Sandbox so we can actually learn together. We can do a little bit of bobs, a little bit of experimentation, try to get better at what we do. And we have unlimited everything, which is absolutely fantastic. So we can check out the different rides and features which Planet Coaster has on offer. So I'm really excited to play this. So let's do it. Let's click on Sandbox. So we have tropical desert grasslands, alpine deciduous, and arctic. So we're going to go with deciduous because it looks really nice. Look at that. It looks nice and kind of vibrant. It's got some nice kind of scenery going on. And it determines what palette we actually have and we're able to work with. So we're going to call this DTG. Let's build Season 1. That's a bit long, isn't it? Nah, we'll leave it at that. DTG, let's build Season 1. So once the park is actually finished, and we're going to move on to better things, we'll get it uploaded. So let's click Start New and let's see what this is all about. So the camera button in the path tool will help you lay paths quickly and smoothly. That is a good tip. That is a bloody good tip to know. So this is Planet Coaster. We have done it. They are walking away because there's nothing in the park. So let's hit pause. We're going to change set lighting. Let's change this to 12. 12 seems to be a good kind of... Can we do that? Can we just put 12 in here? Nope, not 11, 12. 12 I see! So let's put 12 into there. Let's call that PM. Click this little button, I believe. There we go. So we don't have like a very, very bright kind of look to it, but it works. Now, ooh, look at the graphics on that. Now that looks really nice. So this game is really, really smooth. It might get a little bit laggy when we put more things in the park, because at the moment it is absolutely empty. So let's see what the space we're working with, because they did update this. Whoa, that is a lot. As you can see faintly, the grid lines. So we have a lot of space to work with. And some of the landscape seems to be already terraformed. So they seem to be coming out of this little cave area. So we can build this up. Eventually, we can get all this area nicely built up. So what I want to do first of all is I want to lay down our paths. So let's click on the paths. And let's have a look what we've got to offer. So we have this one, which is a... That's not a bad looking path, actually. It's like a little jigsaw kind of pattern. Nice little bit of details. The detail in this game is absolutely fantastic. That one is the path which we've got at the moment. Nice little cobblestone. Cobblestone could work, you know. Oh, but then we have this nice sandstone texture. Now, before we put a path down, let's determine what we want to do first of all. So we want to have this entrance, this main town city where you come in, first of all. Now, I want to have kind of a Wild Wild West theme. I want to have a futuristic theme. Maybe a little modern kind of theme. I want to go a little themed little areas where we could tie in some rides. Now, I know they did release a wooden roller coaster. And I've always been a big fan of wooden roller coasters when I've been young, as a kid, growing up. So, a Wild Wild West kind of theme-ish. Or maybe it's kind of like an old school kind of town setting. Maybe it might be good to start with. So we need to pick a path which kind of represents that. Now in the olden days, they kind of had a little bit of a cobblestone going on. Now this might change. This is our very first park. Like I said, I've already played around with this. Got a little bit of a feel of how the controls are. They're very, very fast, very fluent. So let's just put that in from here. That is nice. That is a nice path. Now you can actually hide. I believe you can hide the curves, but we want the curves for this purpose because the curves are pretty good. Can we change this? There's a tiny little bit there. Right. So we've got that all nice up to the park. We got some nice kind of celebrate the pioneers who forged the first steps of everyone's great adventure. So we've got this nice kind of little thank you to some people on the park there. I don't know if this changes every time, but anyhow. So we want to get a path when you first come into the park, I want to go off on kind of a little bit of an angle, which makes things difficult because everything seems to work a bit on a grid right now on this game. But you'll see why eventually later on. Now let's just square that off because I want this to go to about this section over here. And that's all we're going to put in for now. We're just going to put in this bit for now. Now when you first come to the park, you're going to curve and there's going to be some shops here on both sides. And what I wanted to curve this over here for is because eventually what I want to do is I want to put a little roller coaster in this section of the park as kind of your first main thrill attraction. Now that's what I want. So we've got this here, nice and dandy. So let's start having a look at some of the basic features. Now we're not going to worry too much about scenery. I'll do a little bit of scenery on camera, but a little bit off camera majority of the time, because I'll be able to do some blueprints and set them up in the background. So buildings, I believe, is it shops and facilities? Shops and facilities. Now if we go to custom, the first thing you want in a park when you first come to the park, I know as a kid personally, was information booth. That's always a must. An information booth and toilets. Toilets are a must because you've been on a coach ride, say for hours maybe, and it's took you like 2-3 hours to get to a park. Depends where you live. It might take you 5 minutes. If it takes you 5 minutes, well, it's not much of an issue. But if you're like me and I live nowhere near any theme parks, it takes me about 3 hours to get a theme park. Now let's hold down Z. We can rotate that and snap that there. So when I first come to a park, bathroom is usually the first thing I have to seek out. Not always for myself, but sometimes for my wife. Now that's going to be a little bit off center there, but that's fine. So there's with 2 information booths. And what I think we'll do is we'll actually decorate these up first of all. We'll do the first one. So is that a separate building to this one? Are they both? Can we split it? Yeah, we could split it and give it its own. Champion. So this is our first building. Fantastic. Right. Thank you for watching. Nah, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Right, so we want to go to building. And click on custom. Now this is where things get really interesting in this game. Now I want to make everything slightly different, slightly unique. So, first of all, we're going to want some walls. Now, in the olden days, if we're going for kind of a rustic kind of thing, we're going to want some wood. So let's type in some wood and see what comes up with. A hell of a lot of pieces by the looks of it. Now, let's get... This is a painted one. What's this one? Painted wood plank? That's pretty damn ugly to be fair, but we can actually change the colour of that. Now we can click on add to building, and that allows us to snap that to this grid. And that seems to be snapping quite fluent. Where's that gone to? We want it kind of... I want it on this side, but for some reason it's snapping. Let's just right click that there. Grab this one and we'll rotate that into there. We'll hold down shift just to get that into there. So we've got this little kind of a really ugly looking wood structure right now. But not to worry, we're going to jazz that up. Hold that, we can put the facade. I think it's a facade, is it? Shop front. Now I want to select and hold down control onto them bits which we've just put in. Let's click on here. Now this is with palette. Now they've got this nice little new feature where we can kind of change it up a little bit. Do we want a kind of a white color, maybe? Maybe it's a little bit of a grey color. That's based off of what we've recently got. Maybe it's a bit of a dark. I want a kind of a... I do want a brown looking color, but I don't want it too brown. I want to be able to have some sort of contrast. Let's see if that works. That's not a bad looking colour. Actually quite works. That looks pretty realistic to painted wood, really. I think it's creosote actually you put on wood to kind of secure it. That kind of looks like that. It's got a little bit of kind of rusted detail as well. That's what I like about this. Very, very nice on the detail. So what I want to do is I want to take a wooden frame. I'm going to hold down shift and just snap that in there. So we got... You can't really see it too well, but what that does is that gives us these kind of nice little bit of planks. Because like I say, we're looking for a little bit of a rundown type of building. Maybe just get some of this. We hold down F. Can we get it to snap? Does this not snap? Ah, it doesn't snap. How about this one? Do you snap? Now that would snap. That would align the grid. That's not really what I'm looking for. Deck steps. No, we don't want none of that. So what I want is kind of wooden... Oh, that works perfectly. That works fantastically. Let's just snap that into them corners. It's a lot of trial and error. I'm not 100% certain on all the pieces in this game yet. But that gives us kind of a very, very much of a rustic type of feel. Well, not so much rustic as such, but it's more kind of a run-down kind of feel. Not too sure what theme this would come under. So let's have a look at some wall pieces. Let's go to all, because I saw something which caught my eye when we first loaded up on the wood. I said this is a kiosk, so what we want is kind of a little entrance, one little overhang, and I believe they're awnings. I think that's what they're called. I could have swore I saw it. Maybe we did. I'm sure it's awning. Yep, there it is. So I want to get one of these canvas awnings, but ooh, they've got some nice ones. They've got some tile awnings. How's that look? Oh, that looks nice. So if we hold down F, we can get that to snap right there. Center it. Left click that in. So that looks good already. Yep, I'm pretty pleased with that. We still need to put a roof on though. So what for the roof, if we could type in some wood again, let's just get that out and type in wood. Let's see what's available to us. So we do have this little thing here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's put that there. Oh, that blends perfectly. That looks really nice. Now we do need to fill in this little gap bit. That's a bit awkward right there. Maybe we need to go back to the walls. So we're using very much just wood right now. Nothing else, just wood. Piecing this all together. Nice and simple and easy kind of decoration. But that kind of doesn't... See, that kind of doesn't fit. We need to find the original piece which we used, which was this, the painted wood. We need to get that. We need to slot that into there. We're going to paint this again to the same colour. Now, painting these is fairly straightforward. We just click on that and it shows us our most recent colour. Now, that doesn't look like the most recent colour to me, to be fair. But seemingly, it is. Yeah, it is. So that's blending. It's a different texture, which kind of pops it out. So we've got this little wooden shack. Now, I wonder if we can get like a little chimney. A little decoration, maybe. So that's post corners. They might not actually have one. I tell you one thing. The music on this game is so relaxing. So relaxing. A nice little wooden window there. Let's hold down F and center that onto there. Now we probably want a door for the people to get in. That's a huge ass door. That's massively high. Why is that? Oh yeah, because I'm holding down F. So if I hold down F and press X, that gives us this nice little feature to be able to sink it down like that. So they've got a door so the staff can actually get in to be able to work. Now what I want is, and I don't know if it's a thing, roof decorations. What are you? You're like a little support, maybe? Oh, maybe we could center that there, put that into there. Maybe. Then what we could do is we could find a decoration such as... Do we have any lights? No, we don't, because we're stuck on wood. Let's take that out. Let's see if there's a little light which we can hang from there. Oh, that would be perfect. Iron square. So maybe we can hold down F there, press X. Let's just go on the side here. Let's pull it about here. Looking good. And let's pull that down to here. And that looks alright. Actually, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's let's just take that out. That wooden bit doesn't really work, but we can get something to hide that, I suppose. Oh, there's a chimney right there. I was just wondering where a chimney was. Now that's going to be a bit awkward there, so we'll come back to the chimney situation. Now we're looking for a light. Now I do like this little lamp, but this one's awesome, so we can probably piece a few things together. Maybe we could take this little pirate rigging. Oh, that's massive. Look at the size of that thing. Well, that's not going to work at all. We could hang a fish hook, but that wouldn't that wouldn't be... Oh, it is one already there. Ha! Even better. So let's put that there. Champion. No, I like that so far. So building in this game takes a lot of time. A lot of time. Let's go back to wood. Now I want to decorate up the side a little bit more. I want a little bit more wood structure on there. And there was a piece which I'm thinking might actually fit. Is one of these down here. Now if we take this, that's kind of like a... It's got like a weird pattern to that. If we've got a long bit there, we can hold down F, press X, that's got centered. We can pull that up maybe to about there. Would that look alright? Or is that just looking kind of a bit chaotic? It's a bit chaotic. Maybe we could pull it down to the bottom. Give it a little bit of a structure right there. Just level it down there. Just a little bit of a curb right there. And maybe we can then take that on that side and pull that back through to this side. Like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. Well, it's not going to be perfect anyways, because if we take that and we rotate it maybe it's to that, pull that back out to here, because it doesn't... I don't want it sticking through the door. Maybe it's like so. That's a little bit of detail just on the bottom there. Not too much. And then what we can do is we can take that and we can pull that back through to about here. On the front of the building. Yep, I'm happy with that. I do like that. I do like that indeed. Tiny little things like that. Now what I want on this side is possibly maybe it's a bush. Get a little bit of scenery going on. Now that would be on the scenery. Now while keeping the grid, what we can do is we can go to nature. Maybe just get a little bit of a rock maybe. Maybe a rock right there. Rotate that slightly. A little bit of gold rock. Sink that down a little bit so it just looks like it's been put on a bit of a foundation. Maybe just rotate that one and just slot that one right there maybe. Get a little bit of a rock formation. Why not? Why not? Anything's possible. And we can get a bit of a bush. We can sink that bush down to maybe it's about there. Nice little bit of detail. Because like I said, it's meant to be kind of a... And maybe it's a Wild Wild West. Now that bush is a bit crazy actually. And that's a bit too lively. Yep, we don't want it too lively. Maybe I just want to maybe it's a kind of a little bit, just a little bit of a dead tree there, maybe. Now keeping on the dead route, let's get a little bit of this action right here. Can we snap that? Can we align to surface? Center that up. Hit X on there. Can we sink that in just a little bit? Just so it's there. So you can see it. You can't notice it. Down a little, just a little touch. Yep, I like that right there. Maybe it's just a wee little bit more. Now we don't want to put too much on because we don't want to overkill it. But what I want to do is I want to hang some things on this side now. Nothing too crazy, nothing too spectacular, but maybe just put like a little bush. Maybe it's there. Just a little bit there. It's a tiny little bit of detail. Makes it look a little bit better. Doesn't make it look too flat and too plain. Now what I want to do is I want to take a bench and maybe just put a bench right there. And one possibly there on this side. Let the guests sit down while they're waiting for that sweet ass pass. And probably, can we attach maybe there's a bin there and a bin there, because they like to litter a lot, I hear. Because I have been watching other YouTubers such as BWO and Silverette, as well as Lady Designer and Corrales. They are fantastic at playing Planet Coaster. Fantastic. So I picked up a little bit of a hint and tips when I've been watching them. But this is just the first little bit right here. Let's just put that there. So far that looks fantastic. Now what I want to do is I want to get some terrain. So I want to get this painting brush and have a look what we've got. So that, ooh, that's huge. Now intensity is 100. Let's just left click. We're just going to dab. Just dab over here a little bit. A little bit there, a little bit there. Just change it up slightly. A little bit more green. It's a little bit more dead. That's a bit too much dead there, but a little bit of rock structure. That's fine. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fence around here eventually, like coming straight across there, all the way down there. So this is all going to have like a nice little garden area, a nice little scenery. Based on that, I now want to get a tree. Maybe it's a nice big tree. Just kind of feel like a tree needs to go there, you know? Like something needs to be there. It's kind of a little bit of an overhang for when they're coming in the park. Maybe we'll look into that afterwards. We'll get the rest of the structures in. Get that nice little creeper bush right there. We can have that kind of crawling up there, but we're not going to put any more there because that'll probably be a little bit of an overkill. So that is our information booth on this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make something similar on this side to make it kind of look a little bit better, a little bit more tidier, just for our first bit. But before we end this episode, what I want to do is each episode I want to at least put a ride in. Not even if we're not connecting it as such to a path, but just have something there, something nice. So we want to have a look at gentle rides. Now they do have bumper cars, but that's not what we want. We want is a Venetian carousel. Now every park should have a carousel in, right at the beginning of a park. Carousels are amazing. What we could do is we could tuck that right here. That's the first ride you're going to see when you come in. And we're just going to wrap that path pretty much next to each other. Now we're going to get this nice kind of... Let's just go with a nice grey kind of path. And all I want to do is I just want to wrap the entrance to that just here, just there, so it connects there. So the first ride you can queue up for is going to be here. Now what we do is we're going to get our path again. This nice little path which we're working on. And we're going to take the exit. I'm going to have the exit coming just behind here. If it's going to let me snap that. Just run along there ever so slightly. Just to there. Now it's overlapping a little bit. Just there, but that's nothing that we can't actually work out. Now we've got a nice little area here, but we can fill that with some bushes. And what I want to do is I want to then go and edit our colored. Actually, the palette doesn't look too bad, actually. It looks pretty damn nice. And the only thing it doesn't have actually, like, a fence or a queue system around there. So that's what we might have to look into. We might have to make one. And get that all nice and tied off over here. So there we have it for our first kind of little bit of addition to the park. So it doesn't look too bad. We've only really put down one shop and we have done a carousel. But what I'll do is I'll do like micro updates off camera as well. I'll do a little bit of work on this area. So next time on episode 2 when we come back, I'll have something a little bit more over here, a little bit more filled out. Probably put down some more of the shops and facilities so we can focus on laying out the park. I think that's what we're going to focus on episode 2. So, thank you very much for watching episode 1 of Planet Coaster. Hope you enjoyed it so far. Very, very good things to come. If you have stuck around, thank you for the support. Until then, stay safe, play happy. Goodbye for now.